Hey guys, Lex here with another Zero to Hero challenge run. This time we're jumping in solo on the fighter with the goal of getting through Howling Crypts and getting through Hell with a successful extraction. Here you can see the perks that I'm rolling with and obviously the starting gear that I'm going in with. I'm opting for Weapon Mastery just because you want to be able to take any upgrades that you find, especially ranged. It's mostly for being able to use any ranged option you find. Obviously fighters can use crossbows, but you may not always find a crossbow, but you may find a survival bow or a longbow. So it's good to just have a ranged option available to you a little more consistently. But let's get into it. Alright, so we're starting in the northwest corner. This is a pretty chock-full room. There's a lot of enemies here, but there's a massive maze of traps in the middle of this room, so you can honestly wipe out a lot of them by just training them across these traps here. But first I just go up top to kind of secure my exit, because I can see that I'm near the edge of the circle here, or near the zone, and I just want to make sure that my escape is a quick one if needed. Thankfully there's a health shrine in this room, so you can always just take your time looting, tap that on the way out, and be at full health while you're outrunning the zone. It sounds like I aggroed one of the skeletons down there, but of course he has to walk through the trap maze to get to me, so saving a little time there. Yep, and just, yeah, I see that the other one is still lying on the ground there next to the chest, so once again, just gonna pull him over to the traps and get rid of him quickly. Ooh, find some nice green gloves. Welcome upgrade. Okay, lag. You can hear me reacting to the lag there. God. Terrible, terrible time for a lag spike as I'm jumping over the traps. Oh. I kept my mic on for this one in case there was any VoIP encounters, and you can hear me reacting to some of the stuff that I'm not expecting. Didn't really expect to get hit by that arrow there. But yeah, this area with all the chests is the one you want to reach. We find a survival bow, which is, granted, not the greatest. It's probably the worst bow, in fact, but again, any ranged option is better than no ranged options, so I opt to equip it, and it may see some use. Unfortunately, the lion's head chest is locked this time around. And we have an invis potion here, which is actually super useful if you're trying to get to hell. It allows you to run through the boss room and reset the boss, because the boss will always aggro to you, even if you're just trying to sprint through to get to another side. You don't really have a way to get the boss off of you while you're opening the door to escape the room. So the invis potion is super useful because the boss will just reset. You'll go invisible, the boss will drop aggro, and then you can take your time opening the door, because you are then outside of its aggro radius. Yep, and here we go, Shrine of Health. Erases all the mistakes I made down there. Yep, and I don't want to take too much zone damage, so I'm really just trying to get out of the zone and into the circle as quickly as possible. But overall, I do like playing towards the edge of the circle and kind of closer to the zone, because in Crypts you run into a lot of 3-mans, and all of them are pretty sweaty and are out for blood. They, none of them really are friendly, even if you're solo. And I opt to switch to the Bardiche here because even though it's nothing special, it's only a gray, it'll help us kill things a little faster, and if I'm not too worried about blocking, I'll just switch to it to clear some mobs and save a little time. Also good for breaking barrels and boxes a little faster. Here's the pyramid room. I see a rogue in the distance, and it looks like there might be 2 players there, so I start harassing. I would not recommend this usually. You don't want to look for fights, but I thought I was far enough away, and I wanted to scare them. You should opt to be sneakier, but I was just having some fun. Now here I am stuck between a skeleton and a party of 3. And yeah, I decided to just pop sprint and get out of there. Man, none of these skeletons were aggroed, my god. Just blocking the way. I don't hear any footsteps, so I feel like I've given them the slip. I'm gonna get into this labyrinthian part of the crypts. I'm mostly just listening here and seeing if anybody's nearby or if that party is following me, and oof, another bad rubber band there. Good thing I didn't try to jump over that trap. Since I don't hear anybody, I figured I'd use the Bardiche and just start looking for some upgrades again. If I could swing it properly, would be helpful. Here's some action nearby, so I get the invisibility potion ready there to pop invis. Almost get tagged by a trap. Almost get tagged by another trap. Again, really the goal is to just kind of look for upgrades and play it super safe until I find a hell portal. Because that's where the real run for me will begin. Find a nice heater shield there, green with agility, which isn't the most useless thing in the world for a fighter. A little extra move speed and swing speed. I'm proceeding so cautiously. Really, I'm just keeping my ears out. Again, just listening for footsteps and really listening for portals. And sure enough, look at that double take. I see the hell portal there. Didn't even hear it, but it is in a great location for us. Nice and easy. Just steal one of these. And as soon as we get into the hell lobby, I always just take a seat and start organizing my inventory. You know, heal up any damaged health, and just kind of empty out what I think may be taking up useless space. I think I actually opt to go back to the sword and board here, and I switch to the Viking sword, which does a little more damage than the arming sword, even though I don't really like its moveset, even after the buff. But obviously I'm not going to make you wait through all that, so let's get to Hell. And here we are. I would say my experience in Hell is about intermediate, early intermediate. I don't usually run groups, and clearly this dungeon is balanced for a party of 3, but again, just trying to make it through solo for the fun of it. So pretty much every enemy here is elite, which means they're going to be hitting harder, moving harder. I think some of their movesets might be a little different also, so I'm pretty much just playing this super safe and just blocking and swinging, blocking and swinging. And the Viking sword is a little bit better than the arming sword for that. If you're going for 2 swings, I think the arming sword might be a little bit better. It's a little faster, and I honestly think it's the better weapon, but I just wanted to go for the higher damage on a single hit with the Viking sword here. Yep, got an elite skeleton archer. Somewhat scary. But thankfully the shield just carries us through this fight. Ooh, and you find a nice recurve bow. So now ranged damage is actually viable for us. I think there's a mistake here. I think there's a pretty easy to get chest on that stair near the blood, and you don't even have to fight anything for it. But again, this is still pretty early on in my Hell experience. So of course I'm trying to make my way through it solo. Yeah, and I opt to make use of the recurve bow here. If we can kill something at a range, I'm going to do it. And it's quite dark up there, but I feel like I'm landing headshots. Very nice, we kill both archers. Get our arrows back, loot them. Trying to make it through here at a pretty reasonable pace because, again, these are all elites, and this dungeon is made for a 3-man party. So fighting your way through it is going to take a little longer as a solo fighter, and the circle starts becoming a real concern if you can't stay ahead of it. Totally unsure if that skeleton can reach me or not, but it looks like it's stuck down below. I opt to switch back to the survival bow for a second because it has +3 resourcefulness on it, and I'm pretty sure that increases your interaction speed with doors and such, which I feel like I'm going to need soon. Yep, got another red skeleton here, just taking it super, super safe. Block attack, swing. Block attack, swing. Just trying to get eyes on the one that's been roaming around down there because I feel like I'm going to have to deal with it here soon. And there it is, a spear skeleton in the darkness. I throw the torch down quickly so I can see what it's doing. I had another really good solo Hell run that I was experimenting with. And I had a lot of great loot, but unfortunately it ended in failure all because of a spear skeleton. And the reason being is I forgot to throw down a torch. Like, I saw it get up, it was really dark, and it was in a cramped area. I just didn't have time to pull a torch out and throw it, or if I did, I missed that window, and it was just on top of me and swinging away, and I couldn't see what it was doing, so it ended my run right then and there. Pretty disappointed, but, you know, I made the mistake. And here we have the boss room. So, despite the tactic I mentioned earlier with the invisibility potion, I nervously pop sprint and just run towards the circle. Luckily it was the Lich King, who just has a bunch of ads and can't really do too much to you if you just do this. But if it was the Ghost King, I would not be sitting quite as happy. All that to say, just run through, and once you get the boss's aggro, pop the invis potion near the door you want to get through to de-aggro the boss, and then you're just home free. And wow, some green plate boots. Feel like it's been a while since we got an upgrade. Yeah, we have true magical healing on our leather cap. Decided to go with the white visored Barbuda helm. And red spider mummies. My absolute least favorite enemy in the game. I guess they're not so bad once you have a certain amount of damage and stats. But since I love doing these cheapskate runs, they always take more hits than I feel like they should. But it's totally because I'm using cheap gear. Yep, and this bowman almost got a good shot on us. I didn't see him in the darkness there, but I heard him, so I was able to react just in time. Green recurve bow, not bad at all. Upgrade to our ranged option. And that locked door is looking like a treasure hoard room, which I've yet to experience. Someday, someday. And oh my god, the rate at which I kill these red spider mummies just cannot outpace the rate at which they appear. And now we have a skeleton in the mix. Not the greatest. I still have second wind, so I feel somewhat safe, you know, taking a fight here. Ooh, white arming sword, I should have taken that. It's so much better than the Viking sword. I think it's even better than the falchion now, these days. So I take out my invis potion and get shot in the head. I think I wasn't sure what was in this room. That's right, yeah, I've never been in this room, so I wasn't sure, and I just wanted to go in with invis. Didn't expect a crossbowman to shoot me as soon as I came in here. But no worries, again. The shield makes most archers pretty manageable. And of course, it's just nice seeing a bounty of escape portals here. Looks like we've pretty much got this run in the bag. So of course it's time to be a little greedy. Figure I'd open the portal now. I'm not hearing any other footsteps, so I'm 99% sure I'm by myself and can take my time if I wanted. I figure I might as well fight one more skeleton, one more chance at a decent drop perhaps. An extra 10 gold. Kinda worth it? I was considering going back in there and looking around a little more, but without second wind and with how low my health was, I decided to just go and take the portal. Let's call it. Challenge complete. Alright, honestly, I'm not expecting too much in terms of loot here. I feel like that was a bit unlucky, and again, I've done this experiment a few times, this challenge run, and I've gotten a lot better loot. I just unfortunately didn't make it out of hell. But you know, it's 120-ish, I think, gold that we earned overall here. And a decent handful of greens. I've had runs where I found blues and purples, but again, I just unfortunately didn't make it out. Again, let me reiterate, you shouldn't do this regularly on a fighter. This is not like an economic option, clearly. Although I've tried this with Cleric, and that seems more feasible, just being able to go pure PvE and nuke the undead with your different skills and spells. So I'm going to try playing around with that a little more, and there will likely be a video on that coming up. But for now, that's going to be it, guys. Till next time.